Are you Garcia?
Which Garcia?
The one whose name is Piranha. We need a guide to the high Amazon.
Look for someone else. I'm not setting a foot in that place.
Green Inferno from 1988 is director Antonio Clemati's late-wave Italian ode to the infamous cannibal films that chewed their path through the Amazon during the 70s and 80s. It's pretty much a toothless terror cannibal-wise here though, but where it is still delivering well is in its beautifully true exterior shot canvas of the Amazon itself. And it proves to hold up very well indeed as a well-filmed survival action adventure in its own right. All the enjoyable Italian filmmaking style of its day is evident to behold and appreciate by fans of the period, including a very decent English voice overdub for the characters on screen. This nicely delivered HD remastering to Blu-ray from 88 films even includes the original Italian language with English subtitles for purists. But the Italians had their own in-house professional voice artists for decades, from way back in the 50s, so the dubbing tracks are always a fun part of the enjoyability of these outlandish escapism pictures. And Green Inferno is no exception to this mantra. The plot of Green Inferno has investigative news journalist Gemma Damien uncovering first-hand reports of a missing professor who was carrying out wildlife studies in the Amazon jungle only to suddenly disappear one day, but then being sighted, and so she puts together a three-man small team of a trusted friend, an anthropologist and a pilot. Together with herself they acquire an interesting fashion, a small seaplane, and take off to the outskirts of the Amazon before refuelling for the main trek into the jungle itself, and begin their search for the missing professor and his last reported from base camp with the indigenous Indio people. Gemma and companions come into contact with some interesting and scurrilous characters in order to attain more fuel for the plane, including a false lead guide named Garcia, known as the Piranha. A neat small role here from recognisable Euro-Italian action genre favourite Sal Borghese. The movie builds nicely and the linear story is well told and played out by all concerned as the four main characters trek ever deeper into the Amazon jungle in search of Professor Currens. Green Inferno has always been misleadingly also billed as Cannibal Holocaust 2, but is neither directed by nor has any involvement at all from the original Cannibal Holocaust filmmaker Ruggero Deodato. Interestingly though, Green Inferno's director Antonio Clemati does seem to borrow from Deodato's 1985 hard-hitting Amazon jungle outing Great Cut and Run, which did actually start out scripted as the sequel to Cannibal Holocaust. Another interesting connecting factor here is that Ruggero Deodato has often talked of his infamous cannibal films, most notably Cannibal Holocaust and 1977's Last Cannibal World, being influenced by the Mondo documentary film style of Jacopetti, which is kind of ironic as before Green Inferno director Antonio Clemati was best known for his Mondo documentary filmmaking with productions such as Savage Man, Savage Beast from 1975, This Violent World from 1976, and Sweet and Savage from 1983. So it could very well be that Deodato was first influenced by the work also of Clemati for his cannibal films, and then one day Clemati thought, why not give the jungle action, adult drama, adventure feature film thing a go himself, and so made his one and only feature movie outside of the Mondo documentary film style with Green Inferno in 1988. Green Inferno here in this cleaned up HD remastering to Blu-ray from 88 Films looks terrific. A big reason both Cannibal Holocaust and The Last Cannibal World played and looked so convincing from Ruggero Deodato is that he filmed using Eastman colour and Technicolor, delivering the deep, rich, vibrant green and fauna hues, along with the natural sights of the wildlife to perfection, bringing alive both pictures. Antonio Clemati does a great job in giving the look of his film and close wow factor to both Deodato's films. Clemati delivers his movie in a very cool and stylised 80s Italian jungle action look and feel, far more natural and agreeable than that of the more schlocky Eurocine French knockoff films that offered much lower budgeted competition from the time for this subgenre. Green Inferno, even with just an implied presence of cannibal activity, does still serve up some adult themes and moments of violence and some gore. Gold hunters and human traffickers doping young Indio children and shipping them back in tight wooden crates to the United States to make use of their body organs is all too realistic. The Amazonian wildlife is also the real thing, with oversized alligators, anaconda snakes and big spiders. But there is no animal cruelty here at all. Swinging spike balls and a few well-staged action violent fight scenes, including longbow and arrow-armed Indio men squaring off against gold hunters and head shrinkers, give news journalist Gemma more than enough film documented material for her reality beyond fantasy TV show. Overall, Green Inferno has been unfairly long ignored and even overlooked by both critics and Cannibal Jungle outing Italian film-loving fans. Truth be told, it is actually a highly competently made movie, albeit misleadingly about cannibals. The film is an enjoyable 5 out of 10 view and delivered correctly here in its original 1:85:1 aspect ratio in a very crisp HD quality, and as a movie to discover or look at again, perhaps to reappraise for yourselves. Sit down with the highly enjoyable bonus extra material on the Blu-ray and the overall score steps up to a 6 out of 10 experience. Scenes from Band Alive, the rise and fall of Italian cannibal movies, is an attention-holding, good-lengthed documentary which has Umberto Lenzi talking about the cannibal genre and how he wrote Cannibal Ferox based off of A Man Called Horse. Ruggero Deodato talks about the Mondo Cane documentaries and the animal cruelty issue. Sergio Martino talks about his cannibal film, making fellow directors and working with the likes of Stacy Keach and Ursula Andress. The documentary is highly informative and includes a lot of unedited clips from the cannibal film era. Italian opening and closing credits and original movie trailer are also part of the bonus material here. In this green inferno, the cannibals may have been snuffed out, but the Amazon jungle action imagery still burns bright. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Buckaroo Banzai is pure nutty fun.
Okay.